It's not real, but it hurts my eyes just the fucking same, eh? I feel sorry for you guys if you're watching this at night and you're like trying to like calm for bed and this is like stimulating like morning sunlight for you. I actually had a few times I've been like playing this and it's almost the exact same time where I've got this going on like my real world. What the fuck? Oh, that's right. It's morning. Not that time yet. I walked over to it and I'm like, why is this locked? The trader's never locked. Just when he sleeps, I guess. There we go. I thought there might have been a zombie in the tent, but nothing was getting up. I was hoping... Oh no, there is one in the fucking tent. How did that not wake up? Jesus Christ, is my sneak that fucking high? Let's see. I think this is my one. I don't see it. Either way, like, it would be pretty out there. What are you guys doing shuffling around? Who are you? This looks like it was like potentially a little tiny horde. There you are. These trucks are usually so great to loot. At least they're pretty good to break down, if nothing else. Well, that's good. Because until it opens, I can't get close enough to pick up and ride off on my bike. I hear you, Dingo. I hear you. And there's a snake attacking something somewhere. Yeah, it comes around about every 28 days, mate. See. I don't need to keep oil. I have so much oil back at the base. Hey, Grim. Good morning. I think I sold like coffee at some point, and the blasphemy never ends. Alright. So you can't buy any of that, and I really wish you could, because I don't need that much. That snake is actually doing some serious damage back there too. You can really hear it.
If there's nothing else,
I'm pretty
best
sure I've
be
got
on
stuff
your
in
way.
here. Now I want to sell that. I don't need to have this much gear because it's just going to go back to my base. I don't need that to happen. I'm listening to something and I don't know what I'm hearing. If it's a zombie or multiple snakes. I know there's a snake and I'm pretty sure there is a zombie, but I'm not bloody sure what the hell's going on out there. Do you have books? Nope.
I guess you're not so bad after all.
Yeah. I do try to get rid of things that are attacking the trader. Just for the sake that, like, if they end up making a hole, if they breach it in any way, then that's a problem for me next time I'm going to trade stuff. Could have killed you. Okay. So, we've got to go off to the next trader. There's actually 2 more there, but I'm just going to skim past the bottom one. And I'm going to keep going because I kind of want to see if there's actually Greenland up here. Oh, I was yawning. I needed my hand to cover my mouth instead of using my mouse. You know what? There's one thing I want to find out in the desert, and I don't know if this map has it. But one of the maps I've generated before had this really massive, like, chasm. And it took me till, like, the very last day I played the map. And I saw there was, like, a structure down in the chasm. Like, I went through a nearby, like, mining building. It wasn't a regular mining building. It was something else. And I went down it, and it took me all the way down the wall to the bottom of the chasm in the desert. And I got to have a look at, like, it was just so cool. I really wish I'd taken a screenshot of it because I haven't seen anything like it, and it's hard to describe. But it's kind of like ruins, perhaps, is what it looked like. It was nice, like, something of, like, almost like a Gothic era kind of ruins or something like that. You know, it was just down at the bottom of this chasm in the desert. I've never seen anything like it since. I've never heard of anybody talk about it. I just don't know what it was. Because I got there, I was actually teeing up with my partner that day to go through and have a closer look at it. And then we completely forgot, because it was the last day that we ran that server. We completely forgot and generated up a new server. And of course, when we generate a new one,
Well,
we
look
delete
what
the
the
old
cat
one.
dragged in.
So then obviously we didn't have the old one to go back in and actually see what the hell we're looking at. Which was a goddamn shame, because I would have loved to have known what we actually found. I'm not going to buy that, and I don't really need it. I'll see what I can put in her inventory. I just sell that. And the polymers. I know in the past I've actually gone out of my way to buy this stuff off her, but fine. The thing is,
Thanks for
like,
the business. Stay safe out there.
I know she was going to talk for a bit. The only problem with late game sort of play is that there's not a lot of building, not a lot of recipe use, not a lot of construction of things. You know, it's a little bit lacking in that sense where I kind of do want to be, you know, building or crafting or doing something. But there's no point because literally there's nothing left to build. Right, we actually had a little bit of fuel left after that. There we go. Alright. I'm just going to keep making my way over here. I'll just swing past here just in case there is a drop. I don't think there is. I think I got it. But I'll just check. Gotta go that way. I don't know. I'm very inclined to, like, take out a building like that floating cathedral next to us and try to, like, build up something like that, because I always see, like, the steeple as a sniper turret and, like, you know, like a little sniper's nest kind of thing. Yeah, so every time Jesus Christ, every time I see a building that has, like, a nice big steeple on it, I'm just like, I want to build on that, or I want to nest up in that for the purpose of it having that steeple. Oh, that's right, there's the ocean here. Yeah, there really shouldn't actually be any Greenlands past here. I don't see the drop. But there's the ocean on the map. Just smack down my bike and I get close enough to register it on the map. Okay. I'll have to hop off because there's a goddamn bird. These things go for you when you're in a cars. You can come to me. You can come to me and get a face full of machete. Come at me. She needs to finish reloading that. Oh, wait. I got the patience. Yeah, I'd love to kill it with this. Be like, zzz, zzz. I don't have nails. Alright, the thing may come down, may not. Okay, so that's why I thought it had green. Little tiny patch here. I didn't even register that as green land. You run over here. There's no grass. Yeah, okay, very strange. So I thought there may have been grass here, but it's obviously all ocean. You know what I should do? Follow it as south as I can go before hitting radiation. I might just pick you up. Just in case. Because if I hit radiation, I basically have to get off my bike and fucking grab it. There's no ifs or buts about that. Because there's no way I can backtrack without losing my bike. I've tried this a few times and I don't know, I guess like the hazmat stuff helps for a tiny bit, but it doesn't help a lot. It looks like there's a massive mountain range there, so I may have to kind of divert and go around. I sort of want to map out the edge of the map. This would be a lot easier with the gyro, but I didn't bring it. It's kind of cool seeing the ocean come up to a desert. Usually on a lot of our maps, you just get like radiated areas around like the four corners. Like that's what we've been generically getting. So to actually have like an ocean siding at least one side, very interesting. I don't know how much of this I can ride across. It's pretty hilly. Some of it. I can definitely ride on some of this. Some of that might be too steep to get up, maybe. Yeah, okay. Give me that. Oh. This might not be like the most interesting thing, but it is actually pretty interesting to me to kind of like see this. Just, I kind of wasn't expecting the desert to really fully be butting up against the ocean. Obviously, I think that friggin' marker might be like all the way over there, across the ocean. We'll see how this snake's along, because it looks like it divots in pretty bad. I wonder what the odds when you like have a map like this, if you came to the full solid edge and built, how bad would it be like for hordes and stuff like that? Would the ocean actually be a suitable place to have like a raid base? Let's pick you up. So what was that? Whoa, shit. Oh, fucking fell down. You had a dream about bears migrating in huge groups, attacking people left and right. Beginning of the apocalypse, towns filled with them. That's awesome. Speaking of bears, apparently PUBG is bringing in polar bears now, the Bikini map. So there's a chance that when I play PUBG and I get the Bikini map, there's a very good chance A, I can get the night map now, which is awesome. I love the night map. And B, there's fucking polar bears that can maul you. So no longer is it just a fucking first-person shooter. Apparently now you've got, like, the animals. But that's a very, very interesting dream, though, Grim. I didn't sleep last night, so I had no dreams. But if I did, that kind of stuff is pretty cool. I was telling, like, a brief little story earlier that I was watching a video. And so this person was, like, they lived by themselves and they were like had this recording where they said that they woke up in the night and took a recording because they like the recording literally has a person, what looks like a person, like peeking into their cracked door, except for the fact that like human eyes don't reflect light in the dark, so the person's eyes like kind of like sort of glowed a little bit, like you see like with an animal like a cat or something. Just super creepy. They're like, I live alone. And I'm just like, man, if I was gonna sleep, it's not happening. Okay, I'm nearly there. It's actually divots in quite a bit. I don't think that this is going to go much further that way. I might actually head straight in that way now. Of course, there's a bird. Alright. There's no point holding onto my bike through here. There's no way I can drive it. And this just looks like an entire mountain range. There's one like this in the green area. And that's where like my mines are. I kind of like did mining up against the mountain range for the sake that it looked like that was where it would border to the edge of the map. I did actually try to do my mining on the furthest possible edges to the map with the view that I hoped that nobody would accidentally drive into it, fall into it, any of those sort of things, and it wouldn't be in the way. But then, you know, of course, I never fully announced where it was on the map, and one of our server members just accidentally fell into it. Like, she was driving, and I didn't have the boxes up yet, and she, like, freaked, got out of a vehicle and fell at the same time kind of thing, and just, yeah, absolutely broke both of her legs. I'm like, oh my god, I went back and put boxes up the following day. So you had one inside a building ripping people apart, tried to hide in a bathroom, bear slowly pushed its way in. You know what this is from, Grim, though, is I mentioned yesterday I was playing 7 Days to Die, and you're probably having flashbacks to that bear that's always in that fucking garage that scares the shit out of you every time. It's probably that. There's a radio tower in the distance. Alright, man, this still goes for a ways. There's a coyote right there. This is pretty interesting. I wasn't expecting to be exploring the desert area today, but sure. What's that? I don't know what you're talking about. You never get scared. No. No, your girlish screams of, you know, pure, what do you call it? War cry-ness is, you know, just absolutely inspiring, Grim. What is this building I'm coming up on to? Oh, she is way out of stamina. What the fuck is wrong with her? I feel like maybe she needs like some food or drink or some shit. Okay, so it's another passing gas. There's a lot of these out in the desert, eh? I haven't seen one that looks quite like this. There's 2 barrels of fuel. I would say there's probably a dog in here. What's that? No, that's not a dog. I'll just be extra sneaky. Get the fuck back out of here. Ah. Yeah, I haven't seen one specifically like this before, because I was approaching it from behind. I'm like, the hell is that? I'm not going for that. Fuck that, and fuck that bird. Fuck everything. Why? Look at this shit. I'm not fucking going back. You dick of a fucking game. Okay. I am still gonna keep trying to go down, though. That bird's so gonna come and swoop me. I don't know what it is, but as soon as you get on the bike, they suddenly get like super, super fast. I think that would be going into the mountains. I'm gonna try to go around best I can. Oh, Grim, you know something horrific? I'm out of coffee. There was no coffee this morning. Holy shit, what is this? another little town here. Holy hell, there's another fucking town. Give me that. That sign hasn't aged well. If what the fuck? Get out of there. And so there's an interesting little tidbit in this game. If you actually read the papers, so this game's been out for a long time. These newspapers have existed for just as long. But if you read the newspapers in the ground, you can see like there was a flu epidemic and there was a nuke that was dropped on one of the towns, which is how you get the. It's a bit of the lore. Let me just get up here and deal with these couple for a second. Come on. So a little bit about the game lore. A few people don't know what's happened and why there's zombies in this game. So as far as I can understand from all the little tidbits of information you can get around the ground, right? And there's a couple of posters as well. There's a medical poster in one of the buildings as well that has a little bit of info on it. And so what's happened is at some point there was a flu outbreak. And that flu outbreak spread massively and it had unknown, unusual side effects such as irrational rage and cannibalism and stuff, right? Which, of course, is the zombies being zombies. And so what they did is they tried to nuke the town that it started in, which is where you get these what you call it, the wastelands. So generally speaking, the wastelands are not quite as like spread out like this kind of shape. They're generally more like a almost a rough circle-ish sort of shape. And the idea is that they've dropped a nuke on that town. That's why you have the wastelands. That's why shit's on fire. And you've got like extra irradiated zombies and all sorts of shit, right? That is apparently the lore of the game. And you're basically you're a person that didn't get sick or were immune or whatever, and you're trying to survive in the apocalypse, and that's basically the idea behind it. What's that? You have one coffee open and one open. No, we have a few different types of coffees here. So we've got first and foremost we have the coffee pods because we've got a coffee pod machine, right? And I use that probably the most, which is hilarious because Nick actually bought it for himself. Because I'm like, I don't drink coffee at home. And he's like, okay, well, I want to drink coffee at home in the morning. So I'm like, that's fine, we can get it. And so we got this thing, and he like almost never uses it because he doesn't drink coffee in his like morning getting up routine. So instead, he waits until he gets to work and has his coffee. So I use the fucking coffee machine before I stream. Because, like, I'm not really, like, a huge coffee person, right? But if I don't have energy drinks, I will rely on the next best caffeine source, which is coffee. And so, anyway, we had, was it Makona? I think it's Makona Gold or some shit that we have as kind of like spare instant coffee. But if we can avoid drinking it, because like we've gotten used to the coffees, and he has a proper fucking barista cafe kind of coffee machine at his work. So he's used to like the top-notch coffees. And I've gotten used to obviously the pods. So the instant coffee's not really the greatest to us anymore. It's still definitely drinkable, but at the same time, like, I don't know, it's just not as pungent. Because like I think my pods are 12, like they're strong or extra strong or some shit, which is good. If I'm having a drink of coffee, I want it to be strong. Anyway, so yeah, so we had that, but then the instant coffee that we had, Makona, we've had for probably 3 years, and we finally, like, for the most part, we've mostly used it up, and the rest of it's kind of like, honestly, tastes stale. Tastes like a crap coffee when you make it now. And so we're like, don't mind that. And I had coffee pods, and I try to get, they come in packs of 10, which is stupid because I use 2 per cup, so that's 5 cups of coffee for me. So that's like literally less than 1 week's coffee in that pack, which is really stupid because then if Nick wants coffee, then I'm actually out of coffee in advance. So we'll sometimes buy 2 packs of that, so 2 packs of the 10, so 20. That gives me maybe 10 coffees a fortnight, and or Nick a couple of coffees. And it just so happened that a couple of days ago we full on ran out of everything, and I'm like, oh, that would be fine, that won't matter. What the fuck are you doing in here? Fucking hell, I was not expecting that. Mind you, this building does remind me of like what you get in the wastelands. I kind of just want to get up and through the roof and go back out. I just like, that was a little odd. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's just the hoodie guy. Yeah. Calm down, mate. Face the bears or drink for free. Mind you, the bear den is actually pretty good if you're trying to get like rotted flesh early on. That is if you can take on a friggin' bear. I'm not saying everybody's like up and ready for that. Grumpy's pub. What the fuck is this? I don't remember this. I'm like, it's too fucking quiet right here. Yeah. Maybe I've been in this before, but it's such a rare find. Obviously, I'm supposed to go up. Oof. There we go. Whoa. That was a little alarming. Oh. Yeah, but is that you and your housemate, or is that just you drinking that? Where is the next entryway that I'm supposed to go in? I feel like the roof isn't like the end of the thing. Oh, I was supposed to go in from the roof to begin with and then get in here. Righto. That's locked. So I'm guessing... It doesn't make much sense. Was I supposed to go out from the back and in? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. I'm definitely going to just keep running down the street because this is not... This is a bit of a surprise. I might just shack up on top of that roof for a moment. I don't trust that one. That looks like it's got zombies on it. I heard something then, but I don't know what that was. You know what amazes me? Walking on barbed wire doesn't fucking hurt you. What tightrope act of walking on barbed wire doesn't hurt somebody? There you are. I knew I heard something. I don't trust like being here. I know this place. I think you're supposed to have like up and over and stuff. Alright, here we go. Maybe be able to get up there. Yep. But alright. So, definitely going to explore this town a little bit more. But I'm once again going to stop it early again today. And that way I can still keep recovering. Since my fall last week, I've been still in a fair bit of pain each day. So my neck's not as bad today, but it is getting very sore now. And yeah, I'll be playing PUBG tomorrow. I just don't know if they'll have the Bears update in it yet. But if they do, that's going to be very interesting to watch because the last thing I need is, oh, I'm sniped in and I'm focused on something, and next minute a bear is killing me and I'm dead. Because, yeah, I see Battle Royale as, like, against players. And when they brought in the AIs, that was not really my jam to begin with. And now they've got bears. So it's getting weird. I want to kill this thing. And Grim, I can't bear with your puns. They're unbearable. But yeah, I'm going to stop it here today. Cut it short again. And thank you guys for coming and watching, as always. And I'll be back tomorrow with PUBG. See you tomorrow.